In today's video, we're going to be learning a few different methods that you can use to start finding more suppliers for your dropshipping business. Now, as we all know, our suppliers are the backbone of our business. If we have bad suppliers, then most likely we have bad products, slow shipping, and just overall poor quality. So with that, let's just jump straight into it and let's talk about the first way to find suppliers, and that's going to be by using Google Lens. So in order to do this, it's actually very easy, and surprisingly, a lot of people don't know about this. But what we're going to be using in this case is going to be TikTok. So once we're at the TikTok website, the first thing we're going to do is search up our niche with a hashtag. So let's do hashtag TikTok made me buy it, and then let's add our niche. So let's say pet toys. So now TikTok is going to filter all our different videos based on our preferences and based on our niche. So everything that we see here, these are all viral videos with specifically pet products. So let's go ahead and look at one that seems to be trending, this one right here. So this one currently has 4 million views and it came out just about a month ago. So let's go ahead and click on this one. Now we can see what the product is. It's apparently, I guess, a toy for dogs that can have treats inside from the looks of it. So I'm not gonna watch the entire video. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out what this is. So let's go ahead and click on her profile. So she doesn't seem to have a link in her profile for this. So let's go back to the video and let's see if we can find a nice little screenshot of the product itself without her using it. I think right there, that might be good. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click anywhere besides the actual video, and I'm gonna look for search with Google Lens. So now Google's not gonna find a picture to search for, so instead I'm gonna tell it. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the actual image or the product itself. And now here on the side, we have a few different suggestions on what this could be. So first we have a stabilizing rubber ball. That's definitely not it. Keep looking, a few more. All right, so none of these seem to be it. Let's go ahead and actually see if we can get a better picture of this. All right, so this looks pretty good. So let's do it again. Right click, search with Google Lens. And let's see if Google Lens will pick it up this time. And right there, perfect. This actually worked perfectly. So now here on the side, you can see all of the different products that are relevant to this one. So right now I just found a green one on AliExpress. There we go. Let's go ahead and visit. All right, perfect. So here we can see that this one is running for just $4.76. So it's not that bad. I'm logged in, so this is going to be pretty much the regular price. As I always say, don't go for the retail price because that's always crossed out, but don't always go for the cheapest price, because sometimes when you have the cheapest price, they're giving you a welcome deal, and that's a one-time thing. So what I like to do is I like to make a purchase, so that way I don't get welcome deals. And on average, the discounted price that you're gonna see, it is gonna be higher than the welcome deals, but it's not gonna be as expensive as the actual retail price. So here we have 3 different options for the same ball. It's actually $8.21 or $7.37. And this is something else. This is a tray. All right, so as you just saw, that's one method to be able to find a dropshipping supplier, or to backtrace an image to find a supplier, or to find the source for that product. It's really easy, very convenient, and you can even do this by searching videos. It's crazy how much technology has come along in terms of searching things. Now, one thing that I love about Google Lens is that you're not only gonna find your typical suppliers like AliExpress. If you keep scrolling through that sidebar that opens up, you're gonna find tons of different places, some of which you've never even heard of, that are gonna be offering that same product. Now, another awesome feature about Google Lens is, like you just saw, you don't simply just have to search up images. You can pause the video at the moment where a product is shown, and you can go ahead and highlight that video, and Google Lens will still be able to pick it up and show you different suggestions based on that image. It's insane. And the best part about Google Lens is that it's totally free. And not just that, but it's also integrated into Android phones, or at least the Google Pixel. I'm not entirely sure if it works with phones like Samsung, but it's worth a shot. If you have a Samsung and you're able to use Google Lens, just let me know down in the comments below. Now, the next option that you have for locating different types of dropshipping suppliers is gonna be directories. Now, the thing about directories is that most of the times you do have to pay for access to these lists, but once you do pay the fee, you're gonna gain access to quite a few hundred different suppliers. There's a few issues with this sometimes. A lot of the times, some of these directories are gonna have outdated suppliers, and that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with if you decide to go with a directory. But that's not to say that every single directory is gonna have outdated suppliers across the board. You're gonna find some pretty good options on here. So right now, let's go over 2 different options that you have. And the first one is gonna be inventory source. By the way, if you want all of this information in an easy to reference sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag suppliers, and let me know your takeaway from this video, and I'll send you over the cheat sheet with all of the information that I'm going through in this video. But anyway, the first option you're gonna have in this case is gonna be inventory source. And this is a website that can let you get started for free, but of course there is gonna be a paywall to gain access to all of the suppliers. And then your other option, your second option, is going to be worldwide brands. Worldwide brands, I believe, is about $160 for the directory access, but this is one of those that is going to have a few outdated ones. But having to go through a few outdated suppliers to gain access to an insane amount of other ones, it's worth it. You're going to have access to a lot of different suppliers that most other people don't have, and access to tons of different products as well. Now, this next one is going to be a bit more hands-on, and it's going to require a little bit of extra time and maybe even work, but that's going to be attending different events and networking. This is where you can really start to get personal with your suppliers and really get to know them. Being able to speak to certain people from that same company, there's nothing else like it. It's so much better to be able to speak to somebody face to face rather than having to email them. Even though most of the times, if not like 99% of the time, we are going to be communicating through email, if you have access to something like a convention or any sort of get together that goes on in the city or in communities for things that are specific like suppliers, drop shipping, or e-commerce, then I always highly recommend you go there and you start mingling, you start rubbing elbows, and you start getting your name out there. Start getting information from all of these different suppliers, so that way you have more and more options. And not just that, if you actually build a successful and a trustworthy relationship with your suppliers, chances are they're going to be giving you priority over pretty much everybody else that they're simply just emailing. They're going to be giving you priority to things like brand new products, better prices, and maybe even faster shipping. Now, for this next option, you are going to have an account with AutoDS, but if you're not signed up just yet, then you can get started right now for just $1 for the next 2 weeks. And from there, you're going to gain access to our private suppliers and warehouse. So once you're logged in and signed up, the first thing you want to do is run over to the Marketplaces tab, and then up here under Supplier, go ahead and switch this to AutoDS Suppliers. Now you're going to have access to all of the different suppliers that are working specifically with AutoDS, giving us better pricing and faster shipping than anybody else. Now, not just that, you even have access to branding. So it's not something that's going to be available with every single one of these suppliers, but what you need to do is look for a supplier or look for one of these products that offer you customizable branding. Now, what that simply means is that your product is going to be shipped out with a custom thank you card with your logo on it, and your logo is also going to be printed on the invoice. So that alone is something that your customers are really going to like, simply because they're going to open up their package, they're going to see the little thank you card, and that in itself, it means a lot to them. A lot of the times they see these thank you cards and they think that it's actually you that's putting it in there because you're the one that's packing their product, even though we all know that we're not. But our customers don't need to know that. Either way, we still care about our customers enough, right? Now, those were some of the best methods that you can start using to find different and diverse dropshipping suppliers. But now I'm going to give you a few different suppliers that you can work with that are, for one, very reliable, two, have fast shipping, and three, can pretty much get you everything that you need. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard of most of these, but not everybody really thinks of them as suppliers, or they don't really know how to use them. So first off, we have AliExpress. Now, we all think of AliExpress itself as a whole as a supplier, but in reality, it's actually not. AliExpress is a platform where suppliers go to dropship. So if we run over to one of the AliExpress listings, you're going to be able to see that there's a seller attached to it. This seller is going to have their own reviews, they're going to have their own products, and in a sense, it's kind of like looking at eBay. eBay being AliExpress, and then the sellers within eBay being the suppliers that are within AliExpress. So that's always something good to keep in mind. Always remember that AliExpress isn't a supplier, it's just a platform where you go to find your suppliers or to make purchases from these different suppliers. So you are able to message each one of these individually and get to know them a little bit, ask them a few questions, ask them about their product quality, about their shipping times, and about their dropshipping policies. Now, next up, we have the AutoDS Private Suppliers and Marketplace. Now, as you just saw, I already gave you a quick demonstration on how it works, but just so you know, and just to reiterate, all of the suppliers that are working with AutoDS are exclusively working with AutoDS. We're going to be getting some of the best pricing, some of the fastest shipping, and some of the top quality products. And again, you also have access to things like branding. But not just that, you are also able to actually message these suppliers through the platform. So if you have any questions, if you need any information, or really just any concerns over any of the products or the quality, you can easily send them a message. But as an added bonus, you also have the option to do sourcing requests. So whenever you have a product that sells, you can go ahead and fulfill that product with your supplier, or you can submit a sourcing request through AutoDS. In which case, AutoDS is going to look through all of our different suppliers for somebody that's selling the specific product that you just sold. And then you're going to get a list of different suppliers that sell it with the prices, the shipping times, and really any information that you need in order to start testing out these different suppliers as well. Now, next up at number 3, we have Walmart. Now, I'm sure a lot of people think of Walmart as just your typical big name retail store, but Walmart itself, for one, has very, very good prices, and two, it's starting to kind of become the next AliExpress when you sell things online or when you're trying to source from them online. The reason for this is because pretty much anybody can sell on the Walmart Marketplace right now. I myself am registered to sell on the Walmart Marketplace. It's not that hard. It's a pretty easy process. You just need to get approved. So because of that, a lot of the different suppliers that are currently offering the products on AliExpress or even on Amazon or even on eBay, they're migrating their products to Walmart as a new platform. But not just that, overall Walmart has very good customer service. So if there's ever any issues with any of your products or any of your orders, you can go ahead and reach out to them and they'll get you sorted out pretty quickly. They also have very, very fast shipping with warehouses pretty much throughout the entire United States or even the world. And once again, just to reiterate, on the Walmart website, you can find so many more products than actually going to the store, because all of these different sellers are starting to use Walmart as their dropshipping platform. Up next at number 4, we have Amazon. Now, Amazon is one of the fastest shipping companies ever. You can find anything that you need on Amazon. And we all know that most of the products that you find on AliExpress, you can find on Amazon a lot of the times with the same prices, except you have faster shipping on Amazon. But there's one big flaw with Amazon when it comes to dropshipping. And that's the fact that they don't like dropshippers. They don't like people going onto their platform, purchasing their products, and shipping it to different parts across the world or across the US. That is their job, and that's the way that they see it. So whenever Amazon notices that people are using their platform to be able to dropship their products, then they typically tend to suspend your account. But thankfully, there's a very, very easy way to get around this. AutoDS offers a fulfillment service called Fulfilled by AutoDS, where instead of using your buyer account, instead of using your credit card details and your information to make a purchase to send to your customers, AutoDS uses their own buyer accounts. So AutoDS has tons of different buyer accounts with Amazon that can be used to source your products. That way, your information and your account is never touched and it's never at risk. You'll always be able to fulfill your orders through Fulfilled by AutoDS, even if you're using Amazon as your supplier. And the best part about all of these different buyer accounts is the fact that they all also include Amazon Prime. So you can still take advantage of the Amazon Prime fast shipping of 1 to 2 days, sometimes even overnight. And last but not least, we have SHEIN. Now, dropshipping from SHEIN themselves, it's kind of a bit of a different process because all of their products are branded and you're not really allowed to reuse their images. But being able to use one of the other methods that I told you earlier about, Google Lens, you can search their entire website and find similar products through other suppliers. So SHEIN at this point is also starting to become another AliExpress. I don't know if you know this, but about a year or two ago, SHEIN was only selling women's clothing. Little by little, they started selling literally everything. So this is one of those pixel LED displays that you can purchase off of AliExpress, and you can now purchase something like this on SHEIN as well. They're literally selling absolutely everything, and they're even reusing the same exact images that you can find on AliExpress. But the good thing about this is that you can pretty much get everything from there at some very cheap prices. Now, if you do want to use SHEIN as an actual supplier and source directly from them, then you can check out this video right here. In it, I tell you everything that you need to know about SHEIN, how to use them as a dropshipping supplier, and whether or not it's worth it or not. So those are some of the different methods that you can use to find different dropshipping suppliers and some of the best suppliers to be able to work with. So what did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. Remember to also drop a comment with the hashtag suppliers and let me know your takeaway from this video to gain access to the cheat sheet. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe if you found this video helpful, and share this video around. So with that, my name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch y'all next time.